On this episode of I'm Off the Wheel, we are headed to Las Vegas to celebrate my younger son's birthday. Just like my wife and I, he's an up and coming foodie who is longing to try Las Vegas' finest cuisines. Come along and join us in this food adventure that will surely blow your mind, as well as your wallet. Let's go. I'm off the wheel. Can you imagine how it feels? Doing the things that's on my mind. Living the life all the time.
It's fun for us and for our
Road trip. If you're from Southern Cal, this road should look familiar. Once you get on that 15, that long stretch across the state is up ahead. Right, last city, gonna send my soul, gonna send my soul on fire. You know, I got a vision on what I want to do.
King's facility with Ramsay. So that's how I initially met them, and they were doing some really good stuff that I've never.
So parts of this drive should be familiar to some people who tend to use Vegas as their getaway on a frequent basis. When I was in college, one of my professors actually included Las Vegas as part of California. So, and I can understand why, because majority of the travelers that go through Las Vegas are from California. So to the left there is the Ivanpah solar electric generator, which is providing a crap load of power throughout the state, and also the destination for birds to commit unintentional suicide. Poor birds. Oh, what is that? Oh, by now you start seeing the state line, and to your left, as you know, for some, it's Whiskey Pete's. And some people actually get so excited of getting to this point that they exit and start gambling. Because once you pass the state line, gambling is now legal. But it's worn down throughout the years. Before the shops there were more lively, and there used to be this some sort of monorail that went over from one side to the other, but that doesn't seem to be working. There used to be a roller coaster there on the right at Buffalo Bills that's no longer running. Anyway, it's changed throughout the years. Vegas is taking different themes throughout. In the 80s, it became more of a family. They try to go family oriented, so they built attractions that will draw, the families, such as turning the MGM backlot into an amusement park. But that's no longer the case. It then turned into more of an adult in the 2000s, and where having children there was not as encouraged. So, and today it remains to be a city of more modern hotels, less themed hotels, and it's just taking a new form, thriving. But once we get to this part here, you become more energized. You see the strip. It's You get more excited. You start thinking about the things you're about to do for the time you're there. So, uh, this is the fun part of the trip. That long ride across the desert. Finally, you're almost there. You've been fatigued all this time, but now you're starting to get energized because fun's about to begin.
Okay, so
There's the Raiders Stadium, the Las Vegas Raiders, formerly Los Angeles Raiders, and before that, Oakland Raiders. Still one of my favorite teams. I still support them. Making our way into the strip and onto our hotel. This drive here is a lot more beautiful during the evening, obviously, because that desert oasis that we all know that's lit up at nighttime is just an amazing sight. So, but it was a beautiful day, and we were ready to have a good time. We're here in the Mirage, Las Vegas. First time we're staying. We'll see how it goes. But back in when it first started, first opened, it was considered the only 5-star hotel out here, or one of the most luxurious. But it's kind of old now. So we're at the Mirage, where the Beatles Love is located. Our first restaurant that we are going to try is Gordon Ramsay. My son is aware of his shows and his cooking and all his yelling, so we always wanted to see what the hoopla is about, so here we are. Hey, I'm not gonna say he's not good. He's pretty good, actually. Really great. He's serious about his food. He's got amazing presentation. As you can see, the food is beautiful. Man, you could never go wrong with oysters, right? Or seafood, scallop. It's always good. He's known for the beef Wellington, and of course that was the thing that we wanted to definitely try, and I have to say he did not disappoint. That was an amazing dish. Of course, we got some red wine. That's a beautiful looking salmon. What is that, Chrissy?
Don't I do this?
Short ribs.
This little swoosh thing?
yeah,
Ooh, what's at the bottom?
potato cake, pancake.
Some side
I mean, it
dish.
smells good. Okay,
And
stop
another
talking.
beef
Easy.
Wellington. That lava cake. So we take a little bit of time to always do some pool time, and throughout my travels I always long to bring an instrument. The ukulele is awesome to bring, especially because it's light. Take it anywhere. As you can see, you take to the pool. The Mirage pool is not the biggest, but it sure is nice. And if it wasn't for the background building there, you'd think you're actually out in the island somewhere. But there are better pools, obviously, on the strip, but this will do. There to relax, have fun, no biggie. said to his son, that was just a lie. I said to his son, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never gonna rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. I think my singing brought in the dust storm because out of nowhere it was freaking windy. So this is just a warm up for us. We found the Otoro, which is located inside the Mirage, and oh, this is different. Aha, the beach. Those. Of course, this is just warm up. Just needed to eat. And we basically went in the restaurants that were inside the Mirage. Not bad, pretty good. This one. Of course, after dinner, we took on a show. I've seen this once before. It's my favorite show in all of Las Vegas because I'm the biggest Beatle fan since I was a kid. And of course, I never get tired of listening to their music and especially seeing an amazing show by Cirque du Soleil. Ironically, we ran into some friends who were also in Las Vegas, who were there for I believe, basketball tournament. So we took a little time to play some golf. This is at the MGM. It's a great time. You get to eat,
It's hard to hit a driver.
whack some golf balls,
Dude,
drink a little.
you're
It's
launching
always
him.
fun.
Look look how far it went.
This is the Bacchanal buffet at Caesar's Palace. If you had to do a buffet, this is the one to do. This is always great. It's rated always #1. It is not cheap, but they do give you a lot of great food selection, quality meats, quality seafood, different ethnic type of cooking. It's definitely worth the price at least once. It's very busy. You really gotta get a reservation. Look at all that meat that they serve. You couldn't even possibly eat all that. But we don't much like buffets anymore. But if we had to do one, this is definitely the one to do. In the old days, buffets were like a draw to the public so that people come into the hotel. So the buffets were cheap, but nowadays all food costs in Vegas is very expensive. It's ridiculous. You can't really find anything anymore that's cheap. So back to the pool for another day, just so that we can develop a big appetite for the next big eating event. But this time, as you can see, it's a lot calmer, not too crowded. So it's great to just sit and kick it instead of being in the casino losing money. We always spend time being in the pool. So this is one of our big destination that we were excited to try. It's a restaurant inside the Venetian. It is called the X Spot. Get it? X Spot. X marked the spot. It's nice. It's This is their bathroom actually. I had to take a video of that artwork that they have, so it's certainly very striking. Um, this place is a I would say more of a shabu shabu style eatery, fancy eatery, obviously. But they really kick it up by serving you some really expensive wagyu beef. My son was very intrigued by wagyu beef, so we had to break down and eventually try. Of course, they have a chef doing a show. He's flavoring that dough with bugs in the air, dirt, dust. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. I don't like my food being tossed around, getting dirty. This was kind of interesting. Um, they put some dry ice on the plate, and they made it look like that edible swan is swimming in a pond. So we actually ate that thing, and it was good. That's amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna.
That's a braised foie gras.
Braised means dang it. Braised.
Looks like a sailboat.
You would get that roasted duck.
Oh, this was a good one. As you can see, it has some wagyu beef in there, some uni, and caviar. This is their broth, which is very flavorful. Gets really hot though. I scalded my tongue, and that probably just ruined everything for me. But it was still good.
Yeah, but my God, that tastes amazing.
So here comes the sliced meats. As you ever eaten at a shabu place, this is what you get. Of course, it's delicious. It's visually appealing. It was very nice.
Yeah, that's a cat. Do you want to take a photo first?
Some ingredients coming for you guys. I'm gonna put the meatball on the table.
Out come the cold trays. Actually, these are the things that you would dunk into the soup or in the broth and cook. Fillers, I call them. Fillers, right? The veggies. Because you couldn't possibly eat nothing but wagyu. It's just too expensive. So, give you some vegetables. Some clams. Oh yeah, and of course, gotta have oysters always. Here's the showstopper. This is where the wagyu beef, a little bit of it, not a lot, just a few slices. They even show you the certificate.
So the one that looks like.
They want to make sure that you know that it came from a certified provider of wagyu beef. And this is definitely visually stunning with the little bronze cow there holding up all the expensive wagyu and a couple of slices of tuna sushi. Yeah, this is definitely the highlight. So I thought we get to cook it, but apparently they go out and cook it for you. I guess they don't want you to screw it up. But it was certainly an experience. Um, very expensive. Would I do it again? Not sure. I'm kind of building an opinion on Wagyu as nothing but expensive fatty beef because that's what it is. It's very tender, but it's really because it's loaded with fat. The animals aren't allowed to, really move that much. They give them the best food they can eat, and they even give them beer and massage the cow. Um, thus, the reason why the cows are so tender, because they're never put to work like a regular cow. Um, but is it one of the best foods I've tasted? I don't think so. I much prefer that right there, that beautiful oyster on caviar. It's not as expensive, but it certainly is a pleasure eating on small bites. Um, for me, the bite that's really really good, that's premium, that's worth it for me is fatty tuna. These are expensive, I think, Wagyu sandwiches, but the fatty tuna to me is probably one of the best, little eats you can have.
I want to taste that truffle by
Not cheap.
itself.
Over at
I don't
Morimoto's
think
for
that's
one
never.
little piece is
I don't think.
like 20 bucks.
Yeah.
So
It's a sliver.
here we
Real
get
truffle?
a little bit of truffle, a super small
I know,
slice,
but it's real
just to
though.
taste what it's like.
Eventually you'll learn how to, or you'll time it perfectly without like looking at the timer.
So yeah, but for the most part, it's a shabu shabu experience with very expensive cuts of meat.
Wow.
Cheers, and then I'll wait
Out
for
comes
Mom
the
to come
dessert.
back. We'll do the candle, okay?
I'll get fried egg, obviously.
Bro,
Variety
smell
of other
that.
desserts.
Smell that. I smell a candle. Or maybe that was the candle.
And of course, they
Wait,
gave us a complimentary
Wait, what's that? No, it
peach-looking cake
smells like
from
one of
Boy
those
the Blow.
scented candles. It's like a
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Let's go, baby.
Well, that wraps up the X spot. Oh, and there's the bill. That didn't include tip, by the way. Our next um, culinary experience is at the Bellagio Hotel, where one of the best chefs in the world has a restaurant called Prime. John George is his name, and we've actually been here once before, but we wanted to do it again because it's not only the food is amazing, but the steaks, but you get the ambiance and the scenery from the Bellagio Lake fountain.
Look at the view.
It's on the patio of the Bellagio Hotel, overlooking the fountains and Paris Hotel, the Strip. It's just a beautiful scene. I mean, it's what modern Las Vegas is about. And while you're sitting there having your dinner for 2 hours or so, you get to experience the fountains go on and off every 15 minutes. And there's just nothing like it. So it's definitely a place to try if you can. Highly recommended. Hopefully you'll get a good seat or a good table that's next to the water, but it doesn't matter. You see it all, and you'll see it many times. So it's a wonderful experience. So it's your typical high-end restaurant type foods, bacon wrapped shrimp, which is always great. Some French onion soup, some tuna tartare.
Okay, thank you.
Anything
Thank you, Steve.
sushi like is always a great eat. That salmon. And of course, they're known for their steak. They keep it simple, give you a few peppers, but it's aged, so it's very, very tasty. Tastes really beefy. And so that's the spread. You go to Prime to eat steak, and that's the goal. More dessert, more happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Of course,
Happy
this is my younger
birthday.
son.
With the siren going on.
Amazing
Happy
kid.
Birthday to you.
Super
Happy
talented in everything he does.
birthday to you. Happy
Good looking.
birthday, dear
And that's my older son,
Judy. Happy
who
birthday
created the
to
mold.
you.
Talented,
Love, love, don't burn your-
super handsome. Look at him.
Everybody's in on that. You're all holding it. He's trying to sing.
Yeah, proud of these boys. Yeah. So here's the show. A little bit more of the Vegas Bellagio fountain show, and yeah, you can sit there and enjoy it, take film, take pictures. It's fun. It's an experience. Definitely worth a try. Pricing wise, for four, I think roughly about $700 or $800 for what we had, including drinks. So it's expensive, but you get this. You get this for 2 hours. The show, and also Vegas has a ton of restaurants, great restaurants in every hotel. There's so many, you can possibly experience them all. So it's something that we enjoy as a family. We like going there to really eat, actually, and maybe enjoy the pool, maybe go shopping. Gambling is really not our thing. We might throw a few $100s here and there when it's late at night. Put in that card, right? Put in that card on the machine. Hope that you get a little comp. Never works for us because apparently we don't lose enough. But we love enjoying, the rooms, the hotels, and definitely the food. Was the X spot worth the money? Probably not. It was, the curiosity of Wagyu beef is what drove us to go there. Glad we tried it, but probably won't do it again. Not because it wasn't great. It's a little too pricey for my blood, right? But it was a great experience. Prime is excellent. The Bacchanal buffet, again, if you're gonna do buffet, you might as well try that one because money is.
I'm off the wheel.
so much.
I'm off the wheel. Can you imagine how it feels? Doing the things that's on my mind. Living the life